Hi everyone, Miss A here, and today we are going to learn how to solve equations by factoring. For those of you in our class, this is section 21.1, page 987 to 990. A real quick reminder, basically factoring is the inverse of when we were multiplying binomials. So here we have an equation in standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c. And we want to try to find the two quantities we multiply together to get to that trinomial. Today we're going to only look where a is equal to 1. There'll be another video when we have a other number for a, but today just when a is equal to 1. And reminder, factors basically are the two things you multiply together. Any multiplication, and the answer you get is called the product. So if I have 4 times 6 equals 24, my product is 24, but my factors are 4 and 6. So here we have a trinomial. This is page 987. X squared plus 11x plus 30. I already set it equal to 0. That's the first thing we do. And the second thing, we're going to look for two factors of c. There's c, so that's going to be here. Two factors of 30 whose sum, which means when you add it up, the answer you get are equal to b. Well, b is the middle term's coefficient, and 11 here is the coefficient of the middle term. So I know already that my c is equal to 30, and my b is equal to 11. So what did I say we wanted? We wanted to get the two quantities that we had multiplied together to get this original trinomial. Now the other thing I have to do, the third thing, I have to look at the signs of b and c to discover, are there any negatives? Are they all positive? So here it's plus 11x and plus 30. I know because the c is positive that they were both the same sign. And I know then, because the 11 is positive, that they were both positive. So I can put the plus there already. And now I have to get a table because I can't just look at it. And I know that there are two numbers that multiply to give me c, that if I add them up, they're supposed to give me b. So what two numbers can I multiply to get 30? Well, I can multiply 30 times 1. And so if I added 30 plus 1, I get 31. I do not get 11. So that does not work. No. Well, what about, what's the next two numbers I can multiply? I can multiply 15 times 2. Well, 15 times 2 is 30. 15 plus 2, though, is 17. It is not equal to 30. What else can I multiply together to get 30? Well, I can do 10 times 3. 10 times 3 is 30, but 10 plus 3 is 13. It's not, but we're getting close. So the next number I can use, how about 6 times 5? 6 times 5 gives me 30, and 6 plus 5 gives me 11. So I know that my factors are 6 and 5. So here I can put in 6 and I can put in 5. It's always a good idea to check your answers. And so we are going to multiply these factors quickly, these binomials, and see if we get what we had originally. So we're going to use FOIL, fateful FOIL, which says first x times x, x squared, outside 5x, inside 6x, 5x plus 6x, 11x, and last terms 6 times 5 gives me 30. So as you can tell, we got what we started with, so my answers are correct. I'd set it equal to 0 in the beginning because I don't only just want to factor because I love to factor, I do, but I also want to solve. And in order to solve, I'm going to use the zero product property that tells me if one of these quantities is equal to 0, then everything's equal to 0. That helps me solve it. So I'm going to set the first quantity, x plus 6, equal to 0, and solve that. Well, this is super easy. To get x by itself, I have to use the inverse operation to get rid of the 6, which gives me x equals negative 6. Well, what about the other quantity, x plus 5? If I set that equal to 0, I just do the same thing with the inverse properties. That allows me to cancel that. X equals negative 5. So I was able to solve this pretty quickly. I have two solutions, x equals negative 6 and x equals negative 5. Now let's take a quicker look or a closer look about the signs. What if instead of having this where all the numbers were positive, how about if we had it where they were negative? We'll make this in one of them 13x and make this negative 30, and let's see how that would change it. Well, first of all, I have to identify what b and c are. Well, c is no longer 30, it is now negative 30. So let me correct that. C is now negative 30, and b is no longer 11, b is 13. So what do I need again? I still need factors when multiplied together are going to give me c, and c is negative 30, and when added together are going to give me 13. Well, now with a negative, you don't just have 1 and 30, you have negative 1 and 30, and you also have positive 1 and negative 30. If I multiply those two together, they're going to give me 30. So if I add those two together, 30 plus negative 1, I'm going to get 29. And if I have negative 30 plus 1, I'm going to get negative 29. So those don't work. We could now go to negative 2 and 15, positive 2 and negative 15. But basically, I'm going to look for a number that are closer to each other. But let's do it this way. So negative 2 times 15 is going to give me negative 30, and 2 times negative 15 is going to also give me negative 30. So that works with the product. Let's try which one of these may work with the sum. 15 plus negative 2 actually gives me 13. Negative 15 plus 2 gives me negative 13. So I need positive 13. So the factors that work are negative 2 and 15. So the quantity is going to be x minus 2 and x plus 15 equals 0. I'm going to use the zero product property now to solve for x. So I'm going to set the first one equal to 0, x minus 2 equals 0, and I'm going to solve for x. I'm going to add 2 to both sides, the inverse operations, x equals 2. Now I'm going to solve for the other quantity, x plus 15 equals 0. Inverse operations again on both sides helps me get x by itself. X equals negative 15. I added negative 15 to both sides. So my solutions are x equals 2 and x equals negative 15. Not too hard. Give it a try. See you soon. Bye-bye.